What's up, guys? It's Thursday, second half of Thursday. If you haven't checked out last week's video, be sure to check that out on our channel. Let's get into it. They're about to drop the tank out of Cash App. It's got a little 4 unit in there. Curious to see if that'll be enough to hold what we're doing. Let's turn on the smell-o-vision. Said let's turn on the smell-o-vision. It's pretty full.
Oh, it's full.
All the way full.
Never fails. Smells okay.
I don't think I've ever shown this Mustang before. It is actually currently for sale, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for sale.
Yep.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's a 69 Mustang customer bought. I'm just doing consignment for him. So, has a crate 302 in it. The interior's pretty nice in it. It's all original. Drum brake car, no power steering, no AC. But it is a 69 fastback, so if you're into those, I think this is the best looking year. Besides, obviously, there's a big debate on that, on the 67, 68s, but between the 69 and 70, this is the car I like because I like the 4 headlights.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. Taillights are a little different. But yeah, just making a little bracket. It has a manual choke on the carburetor, so just fixing a new cable, putting a new choke cable in it, and making it to where it's a little nicer. So that's about it. So
yeah. Sounds pretty rowdy. It's got the timeless classic wheels.
14-inch wheels.
It's got a whole lot of chrome.
It's got a lot of chrome.
It's yeah, the oil pan is chrome, isn't it? Hold on, let me show the main characteristic of this Radio Shack. Timeless, dude.
You want a classic?
Everything on this is classic. I don't even know.
It's got chrome strut tire braces.
Oh yeah.
Release.
Oh, there you go.
I'm not a chrome guy. Everyone knows that. I don't like chrome.
We're a little too young to be chrome guys.
Yeah. I mean, some cars deserve it. You know, the Bel Air.
Yeah.
5s, they get it. This, you can go more black or body color. You know, the bumpers, it could be chrome, the trim, but
I don't like those wheels.
everything else,
I honestly haven't recorded too much today. Raul is still grinding on Cash App. Took the inner fenders out. There's a little Elky Control methanol kit in there. About to take the fender off. I guess we're just completely gonna strip this thing, huh?
fuel lines are like 2 years old. They're not, some of them aren't really put well together, so.
Yeah.
Putting all new fuel lines in it.
AN, Vibrant.
Yep, all new Vibrant Performance fuel lines. Just redoing the whole fuel system, basically. So
It's gonna need it.
yep. There's just a lot of butchery.
It was meant to run, not be reliable, I feel like.
Yeah.
This is a race car.
It is now, so.
Exciting.
I mean, you can tell, like, it caught fire at some point.
Yeah, totally did.
Actually, zooming on the bushing on the steering column, you see what plastic.
Oh, yeah. Not for real. I'd love to know the history of this car. I might have to give it the owner and see if he knows who owned it and originally raced it. I think it was out in Texas when the car was built. But that's all I know about it. think you said you got it off like Facebook Marketplace or something. Guys, it's a brand new week. It's Monday. It's kind of later in the day, but let's get right into it. Drew's starting to, I guess, finish up assembling the sway bar to the control arms on the 68 Chevelle, but you wouldn't know this is a 68 Chevelle because where's it at? It's still at paint. Should be back sometime soon. I've said that every single week that I've been recording in this, I don't know, 4 or 5 week period consistently. So soon it should be back. We'll see. This is the engine for the 62 Chevy truck. We're about to put oil pan gaskets on it. Rear cover gasket, timing cover gasket. Just got back from the engine builder. We're all excited to see this truck back in action, aren't we, Raul?
Yes, of course we are. It was really disappointing not being able to see this truck go to that show. But luckily, we got the engine back and just did whatever we need to put it back together. Hopefully we can hear her scream.
Hopefully. Sterling's over here. I think he's doing some wiring. This is just really typical. Most of all that we have left to do on this truck is wiring. And then, I mean, a little bit of interior stuff. But besides the wiring, what's it looking like, Mr. Sterling?
It's looking good. We are making progress on the wiring. Just got a couple more things to hook up. Waiting on some tail lights and stuff in this carpenter. A couple of things just to do there. And hopefully fire this thing up next week or two, hopefully. So we're a little behind on schedule, but took forever to get parts. We had the motor issues, but hopefully knock it out soon here. This thing go down the road.
C6Z06 Cash App. We've been getting it, well, Raul's been getting it torn down. Got this fender off. It's got a nice Alki control methanol kit, which kind of comes as a surprise. It wasn't wired up or hooked up or anything. But if you haven't seen last week's video, be sure to go check that out. This is going to be a pretty insane build. Again, if you want to know more about this build, check out last week's video. I'm not going to state it again. Got to get more views on the other video. You know how it is. This truck has a crack in the radiator, so we pulled that this morning, and it's off at the radiator repair shop. So we've got the engine back from the engine shop. Hoping to get it in the truck sometime this week.
Yeah, we'll get it in this week. We got a new oil pan gasket for it, and we gotta do the front rear seal on these. Engine builder didn't finish that, so we're gonna finish that. So we gotta get the oil pan gasket on there, get everything square, get the seal square to the crankshaft, make sure there's no leaks, especially since it's boosted. So they're always prone to more leak when everything's boosted. The crankcase has pressure in it. So that's it. Then we can bring the truck down. It's up in the barn. Throw it back together. Goal is to have it running by the end of the week.
Yep.
And try test drive number 2. See what happens.
Hopefully it's a little bit quieter.
Hopefully it's quieter.
And we're not talking exhaust noise, y'all. If you wanna know what the aftermath of that was, be sure to click on this video. I'm gonna try and put one of those like video card things here. It's definitely worth watching. Windage tray and pickup tube coming off. The old Red Rocket, man. I miss this thing. Hopefully we'll make some good power with it. How much power do you think it's going to make? What are we going to run for boost? 10 pounds? Realistically.
It's 10 pounds. 650 tire?
It is a 5.3. Pretty much stock with a can.
Nah, maybe not then. Probably 600.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Old girl's going to eat. Oh yeah.
I just want to clean it up. It's
Eating gummy worms?
Trolleys, man.
That's best.
You know how dirty it is.
What is going on?
Just full of crap. Didn't get cleaned properly.
Freshly back from the engine shop.
Random hairs in it and
Gorgeous motor.
another hair down there.
Oh yeah. That just adds horsepower though.
It's pretty dirty. There's a lot of lint.
There's some growing on it.
It's just a lot of extra horsepower.
Here's the vacuum roll.
Wait,
So you
turn
only
turn
need
the
best
crank
one.
real quick.
Oh, I don't want to turn that, so a piece fall.
Yeah, it's already
It's
stuck
right there, so
Yeah.
let me clean it as I turn it.
Oh, anything out before it puts
Fresh
together?
from the
This ain't what
engine
it's
shop. Fresh rebuild from the fresh rebuild. Guys, it's Tuesday now. We're about to finish up this engine. Hopefully get the 62 back down here today, and hopefully we'll start putting that old truck back together, get it back on the road. Again, not really back on the road, but you know, on the road. If you missed the mishaps of what happened to this truck, you know what? I'm gonna break. I'm just gonna put a clip of what happened right here. Oh yeah.
Hold on.
Hold on. Oh yeah. Oh.
Basically, the plunger spun.
But let's just jump into a time lapse, putting this engine back together. Let's get it. Rawls over here working on, looks like the suspension on the Chevelle. What are you doing? Bolting up some of the steering components?
Locking up the steering arms to make sure if we need to upgrade to any QA1 or anything like that. But I think these will work. Just the old ones that came with the car. And yeah, then we just gotta do small things and engine will be set for good, transmission will be set for good. And I think we're waiting for the rear end.
Yep, so the rear end should be, we got a call about that, Jeremy. Should be sometime soon. And then after we get the rear end put under the car, that's when I think we're gonna drop this chassis off to the paint shop and get everything mocked up so they can set gaps and everything.
Yep. We got a new steering box in, and outer tie rods coming. So then it can actually steer. And 12 bolt will go back underneath it. We're gonna use the old, I think like torque thrust wheels, put the old wheels back on it so it can go to paint body, yes. And I will have to modify the right side motor mount to clear the Concept 1 AC compressor bracket. So that's the only thing I'm gonna have to do when I go drop off the chassis. I need to go see how much I need to cut it, mark it, bring it back, cut it, take whatever amount I need. We'll weld it back together, paint it, and take it back, and then we get the right side motor mount back on, and it's done. So, and then we'll wait until they set the body, set the gaps, put the front fenders, inner fenders, get all that done, and then once all that's done, then we can pick it up and start wiring, plumbing, all the good stuff. So.
Sterling's over here wiring on the F100. It's getting closer every day, wouldn't you say?
Just getting there. We are wiring up the fans and the Ford, what is it, a power by the hour harness? Is
Yep.
that what it is?
Yeah.
Wiring up power by hour harness and getting that all buttoned up and wiring up the headlights and try to tuck everything away and make it look pretty. So little by little it's coming.
I've been in the office for a little while uploading a bunch of shorts to the YouTube so that they will upload every day until I think we're at like almost through January. Jeremy's been in here working on this engine. I don't know what they're doing. What are y'all doing over here?
We gotta modify that motor mount to clear the compressor. So we're gonna go ahead and set it on this side, move it back, bolt the transmission down, and then I'll make something temporarily so we can get this shipped to the painter. When they set the body on the chassis, I'll adjust the engine, then mark what I need to cut on the engine mount, bring it back, cut, fabricate, modify the engine mount, take it back, and it'll be in for good.
Sweet.
Got it?
And it's on wheels now. Jeremy's been out here working on the old red rocket. Got the clutch back on it. Truck's still sitting over there. We're probably gonna start putting this in tomorrow.
Yep.
You think?
Yep.
Still on schedule to hopefully have it back in by the end of the week and put some miles on it.
I don't know if we'll drive it this weekend. It's supposed to rain.
Yeah, that's right.
I want to get it under its own power by the end of the week. And I think that's achievable. So let's just putting this back in and firing it back up. I got to pre-lube it and start putting the valve covers on. I'm gonna go ahead and pre-lube it. Just put the sensors back in, set it back in the truck, reassemble everything again. So.
All right, so I wanted to record this. Explain what you're doing, Jeremy.
We are pre-lubing the engine. So you can buy these. I think Meladon or Melling sells a pre-luber. It's basically the same thing. We repurposed an R34 30-pound tank from AC. And basically you pressurize the tank. It has a siphon tube that kind of goes down to the bottom. It's got a pressure gauge. It's got an inline filter, shut-off valve. So we'll end up closing this. We'll pressurize it, put about 40, 60 pounds of air in it, 80, whatever it needs. It's got a Schrader valve on that side. Yeah.
Schrader valve.
Yeah, we just take out some bungs on there. And so it's going through the oil pump feed right there. It'll go through all the main rods, and then it'll go up the oil galleys and go through the lifter bores. And basically we're pre-lubing all the lifters, bleeding all the air out of it, and then you'll start seeing all the bubbles come out of the top of the rockers right here, out of these bleed ports, and then oil will start running out. So we do this on every engine we install, whether it's a rebuilt or a crate. Regardless, we always pre-lube every engine to make sure it's got a fresh startup. So everyone has their own starting procedures. This is ours.
I just kind of wanted to show that too, because before I was here at Redemptive Motorsports, I'd never really seen that before, but really smart and super good idea.
So get that crankshaft bolt that's on top of the tool box.
All right, so we're gonna start hearing them bubble. Yeah. See the bubbles coming out.
I may have to pressurize it twice.
That's what happens when we all go to lunch at the same time.
Oh, wait, what? What about me?
It's oil pressure sensor.
Oh.
You see a little hint right where it's bent.
Yeah.
It looks like glitter floating. There's a little bit right there.
Yeah. Wow.
Let's try that again now that I have the pressure.
Yeah, we plugged that. Didn't get any oil on the flywheel. Thank goodness.
All right, a little bit over here. Let's spin it over a little bit. Going.
Yeah, these are pumping some oil. You can kind of see
Got
that.
one over here.
Yeah, you can see where the
Oil's coming.
yeah. Good sign.
Got one on the back over here. Well, another thing is
Yeah.
if you have a
5.
really thick assembly lube,
Sorry, push it through.
It's got to go through the push rods. You know that.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Got 11.
This one hadn't pumped up
Yeah,
yet.
2 left over here.
Got one left over here.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
It'll start filling up now. It's the last one. Should get oil now.
Yeah.
All right, so now you saw how that works. You just spin it over until it pushes oil off the rockers. So
Yep.
lifters are full. Push rods have oil in it. It's got a bunch of assembly lube, so that's what you kind of see. It looks like grease right there, but it's probably the assembly lube.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah, all these rockers have oil flowing down them. It's a good sign. All right, it's Wednesday. Jeremy's about to cut into this harness for the F100. The transmission harness that Powered by the Hour recommended isn't going to work for our application. So you're just about to take the stock one, cut what we need off of it, and make it work.
Yep. Using the stock one out of the Mustang. So the one they sent, it just doesn't work. I think it's for a GT500 car, which is an MT82 transmission, but it's made for a stock, you see, a stock car layout. So we're gonna just deep pin all this. There's a lot of things I'm gonna cut out of here. It's had an electric rack and pinion on the Mustang. It's got the post-cat O2 sensor pickups. So I'm just gonna cut the harness or cut all this corrugated loom off, put new battery terminal ends, freshen up the grounds, re-loom it, and use what we need to use. We only need a few things off this: the ECU connection, the battery hookup, the VSS, and the reverse light for the transmission, and a few other little things. So I'm just gonna re-loom this whole thing and make it right. I didn't know if y'all had the balancer. I'm assuming you had to pull it, right?
I would try to put it on with it off right now because I would try to put it back on before you put it in there so we can line the pins up. That's gonna be fun, trying to line the pins back up.
Will it fit?
The red rocket's about to go back in pecan pie over here. Guys,
We're back in the shop.
it's Thursday.
See the progress the guys are doing out here. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Let's get at it.
Let's turn it around.
The old Harrop 2300.
Yeah. But I want to have Sterling modify this map. This is like a map sensor bracket that's supposed to hold the 10.4, like your Atlas 9 map sensor GM style, but it does a really bad job.
Just every time you tighten it down, it bends.
Yeah, it doesn't work very good. So we're gonna make it better.
Improving designs out here.
On.
Sterling,
Hey,
what's it looking like?
we're throwing this engine in.
It's looking old and rusty. Hopefully we're gonna get this thing fired up today. It's getting pretty close. As you saw probably 2 minutes ago, the engine's in this thing now. For us, it was like, I don't know, 16, 18 hours ago. She's gonna be back and cracking though. You know, it's about to be on the road. If you missed it, I'm not even gonna say it again. You already know.
No what?
Those videos on the channel, man. Check them out.
Right here's the link.
Yep, right there's a link. So, yeah, just go check that out. Not good, but I think it's gonna be right this time. We can hope. Let's just do a time lapse right now or something. Time lapse. I think it's about that time. All right, what's about to go down?
I'm just gonna do a dry fire. Radiator's not in, but I'm just gonna fire it up to get oil pressure and do a 10-second data log. That's all.
All right.
Ready up, Sean?
Yeah, we're good.
How's oil pressure? You're at 57.
Good.
Got 57. Fuel pressure's good. Coolant temps reading, maps reading, manifold air temps reading. So far, so good.
Awesome. Good news.
There you go, raw. I'll get this out for you.
Oh yeah. Radiator time.
Radiator. Hey guys, we're about to fire this thing up.
Air cleaner's on, or sorry,
Sorry,
intake tube and air filter.
Hey,
This
there you
ain't
go.
no small block Chevy, son. This is that Supercharged LS 62 C10. Let's fire it up. Maiden voyage.
Yeah, I was gonna go for the ride. I'm still logging miles on this thing, doing data logs. So that's it. I'm just gonna put some miles on it. We also got a bed in the clutch, the brakes, rings now. Work on some startup issues. It's a bunch of little things, so.
Cool.
You can hear it now. Feels good.
Yeah.
It's wider.
Yeah, it is. this week's video. Finally got the patina truck back up and running. Probably gonna feature more of that next week. Hopefully get that dialed in, do some pulls in it. Hopefully we'll get some more stuff for the C6 going, but we'll have to see. Be sure to like the video, subscribe down below, and I'll see you next time.